everyone. Just give me a second. I'm getting on my glove because I had to turn my camera on and now my hand's gonna be cold. I'm here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It's February and I was walking along and I wanted to talk to you about something that I see here behind me. So you can see here, there's a kind of a shelf. It's one of those skinny shelves that is, I think it's pretty much looks like it's from IKEA. And I would like to sort of explore why I think that this represents everything that's wrong with the world right now. So we have this perfectly good shelf. If you look at it, it looks in excellent shape. Look at that. Okay, this is a pine wood. It doesn't even, whoop, there goes the camera bending. There doesn't even seem to be any kind of scratches on it. Look at that. It seems like very sturdy, all the pieces. And yet somebody decided that they didn't want it anymore. It was a burden, so they would just throw it out. As opposed to taking a picture of it, putting it on Marketplace and either selling it or giving it away for free. So what kind of a person do you think does this? Well, the kind of person who does that is somebody who doesn't give a fuck about the environment, somebody who has too much money and thinks that their time is just too valuable to take a picture and put it up for someone to come and get for free. Now, at the very absolute least, the person could have left it intact, leaning somewhere with something underneath to keep it from getting damaged, and put a sign on it that says free for a good home. But nope, it's not what the person did here. So this leads me to today's topic, which is about narcissism and, how many actual good people are in the world? Because the right thing to do here would have been to take ownership of this. Somebody bought this, it's in their possession, and it is their responsibility to make sure that this doesn't end up in a landfill. Now you could argue, well, it's wood and it's going to just get back into the system, but that's not actually good enough, because this should be upcycled or reused in some fashion. So today's topic is about people, and how many good people do you think there are actually in this world? Now, many of you know that recently I let my guard down, and so did my husband, and we allowed somebody to come into our home who pretended to be our friend, and this was a YouTuber by the name of Ben of the Week. So this person who previously said that he was vegan on his channel and then said vegan tries meat for the first time or something to that effect, just to get views. And I called him out on that, and eventually over time he came back and he said that he was very sorry for what he did and that he wanted us to be vegan friends, and could he come to Montreal from the other side of Canada to do some videos with me. And so, we let him into our home, only to find out later that he lied about the conclusion of his video, which he said was supposed to be one that led everyone to adopt a vegan lifestyle, or at least head that way. So he had agreed to me that he would encourage his audience to be vegan, but at the end of his video, that's not what he did. So he basically told them, just do whatever you want. And that was pretty disturbing to me, because I would never have let him into our home. I would have never have spent any time with this guy if I'd known that he would actually make things worse for the animals. So if you look up somebody like that, you will see that he has sociopathic tendencies, which means that he is self-absorbed and will use people, manipulate people for money, for profit, for clout, for whatever, fame. And, he was very clever with how he did the video, showing a balance of some parts that seemed fun with some upbeat music to make it seem like he wasn't a complete asshole. But, I imagine the Ben of the Week would be exactly the kind of person who would throw out something like that at the edge of the driveway, just kind of use people, use items, and just toss them away when he's finished with them. So my question to all of you today is, how many of these kinds of people have you met in your life? Now, obviously, a certain percentage of the people watching are exactly those type of people. You are the cruel people. You are the narcissists, you are the sociopaths, you are the psychopaths, and you are the people that the rest of us should be afraid of. But when it comes to becoming vegan, and vegan animal rights activists know this, we know that the statistics about how many people are truly cruel people in this world is far greater than we are actually told. And we learn this quickly because when we become vegan and we come out of the closet as vegans and we tell our family and friends that we don't want to hurt animals anymore, we quickly see that in the most strange capacity, they, rather than embracing the message and saying, oh my God, that's how the pigs are treated? They're being murdered at 6 months old in gas chambers? That's terrible. Absolutely, I will be vegan with you. It's not what they do. We're shocked that our family and friends don't automatically all jump on the bandwagon with us and help us to end this animal holocaust that's going on. And that in fact what they do is they think about themselves and how this is going to affect their Thanksgiving and birthdays and Easter, and how this is going to affect their relationship because now they won't be able to go out to restaurants with us anymore because we're not going to want to have death in front of us. So this is what we have discovered. I think that if you really talk to animal rights activists, true activists, who are real ethical vegans, that is what they will tell you if they're honest. They will say, you know what? Out of all the people that I've met after becoming vegan and talked to them about it, there is pretty much not one person who will say, oh my God, I'm going to be vegan with you. Now, in my case, I was very lucky because my husband was a decent guy and he went and watched the documentaries and he educated himself, and he said to me afterwards, okay, that makes perfect sense. I'm going to be vegan from now on because I saw these documentaries and it's horrible, and of course I will support you. But it is not everybody who will do that. Most people have partners or sisters, brothers, mothers, fathers, or children who, when they find out what happens to the animals, don't actually give a shit. And this goes back to what I'm talking about today, about people and how little they actually care for one another in this society, or have the capacity actually to think beyond themselves and care for the greater good of community. So in this case, I'd like your opinions about that. What are your experiences with people? Do you find that more people are cruel in this world than they are kind? I find it to be very fascinating. It's something I've been interested in my whole life. I've always known that people are cruel, I guess, at a base nature. Even when I was little, my mom says that she remembers people coming up to me, whoops, sorry about that, and saying, trying to talk to me as a little girl, and I would sort of look at them and go, not sure I trust you. But over time, somehow, I just, maybe I couldn't live with that idea, so I started to kind of pretend to myself that people were better, kinder than they actually are, and always trying to be hopeful. But recently, with things that have happened with Ben of the Week, and hearing from different teenagers how horrible it is for them to come out of the closet as a vegan in their families, how terribly they're treated, has really got me rethinking about things. And I actually have my own hypothesis, my own theory, which is that there are really, oops, I guess I need to put a screw in this selfie stick. There are really only about 3% of us who are actually kind people at heart, who really care and who will actually sacrifice certain things in their life in order to help the individuals who are suffering right now. That is the animals who are living in these horrific conditions right now.
The egg industry is just a cycle of misery. They lie to you endlessly. Don't buy eggs, walk away. Go to egg-truth.com today.
I suspect there is only about 3% of us who are actually good, as opposed to some other studies which will say that there are actually 3% who are truly horrible. So I'd like your own opinion about that. What do you think? What are your experiences? Specifically, if you are vegan and you've come out of the closet, let me know. If you believe that my 3% is right, if you think my 3% is wrong, give me some hope. Give me some examples of how great you think everybody is. And I'm especially interested in vegans, not in the people who actually keep on torturing these animals, because you guys honestly don't count. Because you're cruel. You're the ones that we are talking about here that are evil. So that's it for today. That's your assignment. Let me know below in the comments what you guys think. What percentage of people are good? What percentage of people are bad? And how is it possible to love somebody, whether they're in your family or a friend, who keeps on paying for the rape, torture, confinement, kidnapping, sadness, and murder of innocent animals who never did a single thing wrong? How can you actually love somebody who's so cruel? And if they were hurting cats or dogs, would you be able to love them? So let me know. Coming up on screen, though, are going to be a bunch of other videos. I'm going to put the camera to the sky while you have a look at them. Click on them. Be curious. Check out my channel and subscribe and press the notification bell. Help me get the animals out of hell. Thanks for being here. I'll see you all in the next video.
Let's follow that vegan teacher on YouTube right now.